Hey everyone, welcome back to How to Be a Poser. Today we're going to strike a blow directly into the heart of the armies of Darkseid. And to do that, we'll be using the Justice League Batman Deluxe 6-scale figure by Hot Toys. Let's get started. Alright, here he is, the Justice League Batman Deluxe 6-scale figure by Hot Toys. Still in his box, exactly the way he's going to come to you. And I can't believe the monumental amount of accessories that come with this thing. Look at all the bat gadgets, we got an alien rifle, we've got a dead alien on an awesome base, hands, portraits, eyes, everything. Can't wait to see what I can do with all this stuff, so let's get rolling. Alright, here he is, the Batman Deluxe 6-scale figure from Justice League. I've been waiting a long time to get my hands on this just to see what it's capable, so without any further ado, let's move forward with doing that very thing. First things first, I have a clear idea of what I want to do, and I'm going to implement this stand in order to do it. But before I do anything, I need to change Batman's expression. To do that, you just pop off the head, and these two elements, the expression at the bottom and the eyes, are removable. To do one, there's a little, I'm not sure exactly how you're supposed to do it, but there's a little magnet in here that holds it in place. I just push forward on that, that separates the portrait from the mask, and then you're able to pull it off. Once you've done that, just find the portrait that you're going to use. In this case, I want it to be the business face, like he's actually getting ready to shout out some orders or under stress. Put that right back in, the magnet grabs onto it, and you're done. Next step is to bring in this cool little tool, this with a little horseshoe guy on the end of it. I'm going to try to get this in the light. Maybe Poser Vision will be able to capture it, but there is a corresponding little part of the eyes back there that you have to hook this onto. Once you've got that, then you just simply work it free, and out it comes, just like that. Now, this is where it gets tricky. It's harder to put the eyes in than it is to take them out. Let's just kind of casually put that up there in the mask, rotate it around to the front, and then I usually just wind up popping my finger out or popping that tool out, popping my finger out, pushing them into place. Boom, we got it. We're good to go. You can see that I have the expression where he's looking off to the left. That's because I'm going to have him kind of looking this way and moving up the slope of this base. So that's done, that's on there, that's already looking more aggressive, and I dig that. So let's pop off this fist, because I'm going to be bringing this gun into play. And I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, those fingers are pretty supple. I'm going to go ahead and put the hand on first before putting the gun in his hand. Very gently. Even though they're supple, I don't want to have a paint scrapage issue taking place here. So let's slide that up just a touch more. And bam, perfect fit. Like a glove. Well, there is a glove, I suppose, but hashtag dad humor. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. I'm just going to have his open hand for his forward-facing hand. This is going to wind up being the front, and this is going to be in the back. I want the gun to be kind of in the background. Just a suggestion of it being ready for use, if that makes any sense. Let's go ahead and mess with this a little bit. Looks like his van brace here, his gauntlet, is kind of pushed forward a little bit, so I'm pushing that back. Very gently twist that hand onto the peg. Boom, we're there. All right, is that everything? Not quite. There's this little grappling element that I'm going to put onto the gun. But I'm going to wait until the very end after I have the full pose hit. Now, let's bring the base in. All right, you can see that we have a fallen demon guy here. So let's just go ahead and get that leg slightly bent. This is a test. This is only a test. Just trying to fit him on. Okay, great. We got his foot nicely placed on the chest. This is awesome. He's totally stomping that guy in the groin. Now, I kind of want to, usually in this kind of a scenario, I have the knee, I kind of rotate the knee forward a little bit to suggest the direction that he's going. But in this case, I think I kind of want to just have it bent in a little bit and have him leaning into this motion that he's about to carry out with his grappling gun. So I'm going to bring this up, I'm going to turn his head, See, that's something that I'm going to want to cheat here. So I'm going to try to rotate this guy forward a little bit while I'm trying to get this head to turn the direction that I want it to go. I think I'm going to have to use the body for at least part of it. So I'm going to twist the torso in that direction and then roll it back. I'm going to twist this around because this is the direction that I want the character to be viewed from. And once you do that, once you're looking at the right angle, that's when you realize that you've done a couple things wrong in my case. So kind of move to correct that posture just a little bit. I'm going to move this arm back and bring his hand forward. Man, this thing is cool. Look at how flexible that is, so that you can just kind of move the cowl and at the same time it kind of adjusts to compensate. Very, very cool. All right, so I'm going to bring this hand back. So as I look at this, I'm straightening that leg just to get the angle back to where I want it to be. And I'm coming to realize a couple of things. First is that I don't really like the expression that I chose to use. Yeah, so I'm just going to pop that thing back out and put the other one back in there. Yeah. Stoicism is where it's at with this figure, definitely. I think this expression has its uses, but what I'm doing here definitely isn't one of them. So I'm going to rotate this boot. I'm going to make some adjustments here to his front leg. I'm going to rotate this boot around and have it pointing kind of in the direction that I'm sitting. Again, just understanding the elements of what I try to do here. Just leading you in with that boot up the leg and right into the central figure of the character. The other thing that I think that I've done wrong here is I think that I need to bring this fist back in. I don't think that the open hand is the way to go. He's clearly in combat, or getting ready to be in combat. So let's clench that fist to imply so. One of the other happy accidents here with bringing that foot around is that it's kind of placed his boot right on this guy's face. All right, so now is the hard part, and that's playing with the cape. Well, so much for it being hard, that's done. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let's see, I'm going to rotate this around just to see if I like everything that he's doing. And I kind of think I want to twist his torso just a bit more. The rubber suit makes it challenging to get the torso twist in, but not impossible. Yeah, I think that this needs to rotate around just a bit more and come back. Yeah. Yeah, because when he's facing this way, I kind of want to have the gun pointing away. And at this point, I'm just making minor modifications, just imagining what it's going to be like when it's rotating. I'm going to bring this shoulder back just a touch more, and that fist up another notch. Okay, at this point, I'm just going to play with this torso with its positioning in this at this angle, or this axis. Just kind of trying to see what works best. If I lean him forward into this action, maybe I can compensate by tilting his head back, and that'll close some of that gap. And sure enough, it did. Now, I want to look now to see if that actually is attractive overall, and I don't think that it is. So I'm just going to go ahead and tilt it back to where I had it before. Tilt his head back into this whole mess. And the other thing I want to look into is possibly having him look down, as if you're going to be displaying this from a higher shelf. Yeah, and I think that's actually got it. I think that's actually really attractive. Like if he was up on a cliff looking down and getting ready to use his gun to launch the grappling line and move down on somebody, fly down on somebody. So I'm going to rotate this, tilt this torso back just a touch more, bring that head down even more than I already did. Rotate him around just to check my work. And yeah, I think that's pretty attractive. The aggression suggested of having his boot on the guy's neck and looking down onto an imagined area or enemy down below and getting ready to attack. Let's just move this around so everybody can see it. And finally, one final thing to add to this thing before we're done is to slide the grapple in. Give it a good solid push to make sure it stays. I'm just gonna take a look at it, and I'm really liking this. Look at how awesome that is. He's really imposing. He's taken down an enemy and he's ready to take down more. Yeah, that's exactly what I want in my Batman pose. In anticipation of a global apocalypse, Batman has assembled a disparate group of powered individuals, hastily forging them into an effective fighting force. In doing so, he's legitimately put the fate of the world on his shoulders. This figure gives you everything you need to represent the character in this fashion.
Hey, did you like that video? Be sure to subscribe by clicking the S icon on your screen and click that bell icon to be notified whenever a new video is posted. If you'd like more info on the items featured in this video, click the link provided under Product Info. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to let your geek side show.